Start this party now.
So is 751 a bad score?
No, it's not bad.
Hey, we got 6 players. I just saw the score that Dr. Ted posted on Barrow.
Uh-huh.
And score that Shedley posted.
They're the same?
And the score that Jason posted. I don't think I'm going to get in the top 5.
Oh my god.
Nope, I'm definitely not either.
Who did that?
What?
Yawned.
I didn't hear nothing.
That's what someone who yawned would say. Look who we have here. And the myth, the legend himself.
Good evening, guys.
How you doing, Paul?
I'm good, Sloopy. How you doing?
I'm alive.
Cool.
I'm pleased to hear it.
You mean the guy who created this thing?
You've created a game where Mark can find level 3.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was possible.
That was actually one of the success criteria that I set out for it. So
Mhm.
That's what you're aiming for.
I could find more than level 1.
I do like the whole it's not one setting.
yeah, I thought I wanted to do it specifically to where that to adding that dynamic of being able to, take some hits and have some health. And I actually sort of got the idea from the fire playtest game that of
Ooh, level
Ericos
4.
that I had done, where it's the same kind of thing. Like you can miss some jumpers, you can miss a number of jumpers before the game ends, and so I thought that might be a good tweak to this too.
Oh, I scored again.
Hey, you just got to stop following them.
That was level 4.
I'm going to have to watch that back. I don't believe you made level 4.
It's on the screen now.
Where are you? Where are you? Oh, I got to watch this.
You're on level 4 too.
I'm on level 5.
Oh. I say
I
count.
I did not think it was possible. Mark made level 4.
Impressive.
Well, that just proves one thing.
Well, I've always done well with the Pulse games.
That Nick Marentes didn't.
Now, Paul, to make this game perfect, you should have written a long, rambling instruction book that Mark would have had to read.
I'll add that to the success criteria for the next one.
Yeah, with a lot of foreign words that you can't pronounce.
Now, thank all the people with from Japan and you can think of, and
Yeah,
Germans, especially Germans.
Germans too, yes.
I don't do any.
Oh.
I don't do very well with more than 4 letters.
And Swedish. Don't forget to get some of those Swedish names.
Okay.
You can read that instruction screen there, Mark.
Yeah, there it is. The font's a little hard. Let's see. We haven't started the show yet, so what can I? How can I do that?
Yeah, Sloopy, start the show. Jeez.
Let's see here. How do we start the show? We're
Script.
Your dog ate the script.
how to start show. Read script. That how to is not very helpful.
Thank you for downloading OBS.
No, that's part of the how to produce show. That one was much longer.
No doubt.
What's this? Oh no, this isn't script. This is a speeding ticket.
From 19.
878.
No.
It was $4.
Yeah,
7/15/2024.
recent.
So I know it wasn't me. How do I know
We
it
know.
wasn't me?
We
Because
know it's you.
You were in bed.
I wasn't allowed to drive, and I wouldn't be dumb enough to do 81 and 5 zone.
It was you.
No, actually,
And
it
they
was-
were, boy, they were going slow.
that was my. If it was a regular area, yes, that would be slow, but it was construction zone.
Oops.
In Maryland, they're quite vicious about speed camera construction zone.
Yeah, you
Except
gotta
in
watch
Canada.
for them.
Oh, man.
So my son has to pay 80
That's it.
That's it?
for a camera. Yeah. If he had
Yeah,
been pulled over
that's-
by a police, it would have been like
And then add the $300 for court charges.
about 50 to 100 for court charges. They aren't complete vampires when it comes to the tolls for speeding, but they do give them away like candy at a toy fest.
Yeah. Well, they also don't do. They don't offer to sell tickets to the policeman's ball either.
I won't respond to that because this is being broadcast publicly. But if you're in certain areas of Baltimore, there's a way to get out of it.
In Saskatoon, I just used to give the cops pizza.
Works.
When I was a driver.
Oh, you don't carry around a box of donuts?
Nope, pizza.
When I used to deliver pizza years ago, I had a place where they evidently all passed out, and the person that answered the door had working like yeah, they're all passed out. I don't want it. And I was like, okay. Driving down the road to go back to the shop, saw a cop on the side of the road, so I hit the brakes to turn around and talk to him. He pulls out. He's like, why'd you hit the brakes? Were you going too fast and you saw me? I was like, no. I told him what I was doing. He goes, oh, never mind. He goes, no, I don't want it. Drive slower. And I was doing the speed limit. All right.
Time to start the show.
Yes. Catch my breath. Van Gogh, no. It's on the screen until we start the show. I was about to start the show. Out of breath. Catch up. Once I catch my breath,
Catch up.
I will start my.
I don't like storm arrows. There's no like deadband on the joystick.
Yeah.
There isn't in the arcade either. You're constantly moving.
No, you don't constantly move straight. You constantly going up, straight up. You'll like turn left. Okay. Let's see if we can do. Be ready for your cue, Ken.
Oh,
Welcome to another great episode of the CoCo Nation Game On Challenge live. For this week, we're playing Storm Arrows again. That wonderful game by some awesome programmer I don't. We're also playing this new game from this wonderful guy named Paul Shoemaker, Goop Rush.
are you sure you're talking about the right Paul here? You said wonderful.
Hey. Don't disparage the Paul.
That's right. And there are three of us, so we travel in packs.
Yeah.
It always comes in threes.
And everybody needs shoes.
Everybody needs shoes.
Did
So
we lose? Oh, there we go.
let's introduce our MC for tonight. That wonderful professional game player from the Great North
Pick up, poser.
of Canadian Retro Things. Hey, Ken.
Oh, all right. I'm the MC.
Yep.
Oh, you poor bastards.
You are the 10th MC.
Okay, well, yeah. So,
MC 10.
hi, everybody. Yeah, I get it.
I made a funny.
Well,
Well, no,
Inside
you,
joke.
you made a
Yeah.
joke. We were questioning whether it was fun.
Waiting for the papers to come back on that one.
Yeah,
there's a team of scientists looking into this.
the lab results are still out for being considered.
All right. So, what am I supposed to do on this MC thing here? Am I supposed to introduce people? I guess I'll introduce people. So, yeah, we've got that great assistant to the CoCo Nation Game Committee, and that's Mr. Jim Rye. How are you doing tonight, Mr. Jim Rye?
I'm doing just fine, CoCo Nation. How are you?
What were you going to say, Scooby?
I was gonna say you better throw another peanut to that squirrel.
Oh, am I fading? Yeah, I can see that I'm fading. Just a second here.
Dang, that silent thing going a little bit.
There, that might be better.
I
So,
have none.
how about... Huh? Oh, there, I'm dying again. Oh, no, I'm dying again. How about you talk, Mark? How you doing? Mark B.
Oh, just fine. Doing just fine.
Good,
Oh,
good.
well, we'll have a reading here in a little bit, and then if I can figure out this font. But yeah, I actually made level 4 in this thing.
Already.
Many said that it would never happen, but Mark found a level 4.
That's right.
Mhm.
And since we're already talking to Marks, how's Marco doing?
Yeah, this game sucks. It's like somebody else is in control of the car. It's like I try to turn, doesn't go the right direction. Very annoying.
This news just in: Mark B has hit level 5.
I did.
What?
Breaking
did?
news.
Let's
The
confuse
news is
everyone.
broken.
Mhm.
Let's see, who else do we have on our panel here? Coconut Bob doesn't seem to have a video, so I'm not sure he's actually with us.
I'm very much frozen and broken. I cannot. I just can't.
I know what it's like to freeze.
Hmm.
And let's see.
I'm
who else?
literally playing right now.
He freezes in
okay.
July.
Well, you can just give us a running commentary of what you're playing and how you're doing. So,
Ah, I died.
and we've got TJB Chris is here.
TJB Chris.
Great to be here.
I've seen his advertisements on TV.
Yeah, he's that guy that has that ad
Sure, we all
that
do.
we run at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, those are my slow rant. Those are my best.
TJB Chris using
Ken's internet.
I think he's on my internet. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all can't be sharing that internet. It's not very good to start with.
Yeah. You know you could kill a squirrel like that.
Yeah, you could kill a squirrel like that.
And we've also got Brian Weisler here.
Okay.
Whatever.
Told you it
Except
was
that I
him.
see that Brian is not sharing his screen, so why is he not playing a game? Is he at work?
No, I am trying to get some hardware hooked up.
Ah, okay. Well,
The stuff you should have done an hour ago.
Well,
if you're missing something, then just ask Brian. He's probably got it.
had to run to the store.
I've heard that excuse before.
And of course, joining us tonight, the man that made one of the games that we are playing this week, Mr. Paul Shoemaker, author of Goop Rush.
Good evening, everybody. Oh, I just died. Right perfectly at the top, too. That's, I couldn't have planned that better.
Paul, I want to know what kind of internet you're using, because the video feed that I'm getting from you is super clean and super smooth.
I don't know. Whatever video, yeah, I've got it on 60 frames per second.
That's
The
why.
video share. Maybe am I killing everybody's bandwidth? Should I?
Just mine.
Just yours? Okay.
Yeah, usually we set it to 15, but
All right.
My poor squirrel cannot keep up with 60 frames per second.
Let me. Yeah, sorry about that. That's just what it defaults to. That. Let me fix that if I can.
Because everybody needs 60 frames a second.
Yeah, I assumed like go for the.
It's
the
especially on CoCo games.
Well, this one goes at least 30. I'm not sure how fast it goes, but it's at least 30.
There you go. Well,
You program it, you don't know how many frames per second it's supposed to go.
I don't know the details about how often VSync happens. Is that 1 out of 30 or 1 out of 60?
Should be 60.
All right, so it's
60
60
hertz.
frames a second.
Well, there you go. See, whenever I've programmed CoCo games, they're usually running at about 2 frames per second.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 60 frames per second and 30 screens per.
60 frames.
All right, did I successfully make it off of Ken's internet?
Sounds like it so far.
Sounds like
That's
it,
good,
yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. This is what you get for trying to steal other people's internet from a few thousand miles away.
Yeah,
And I'm
especially that
only
far
how
away.
many thousands of miles away from you?
Probably a couple.
If you needed some internet, I mean, I got an open port on my hub. You should have just plugged the cord in.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't do 10 base 2 though.
Hey.
They make adapters.
That's only for the classic computers. The new computers can use 10 base T.
I'd be glad I didn't say token ring.
They make adapters for that too.
I don't have
ArcNet.
any. I don't have any of that kind of crap.
How do we know?
We do have CorvusNet here, though. For those that are familiar.
Ow, cat.
I think I'm done with Storm Arrows. 2600. 2600.
A perfectly respectable score.
Not at all.
So, Marco, do you have a CorvusNet adapter for your computer?
No, I do not. I did see a Corvus system running on an Apple IIs, not 2 pluses, but Apple IIs, in 1982.
Yeah, I have a CorvusNet. I have a Corvus hard drive and card, solar card. Somewhere I have a few CorvusNet.
They get crashed. There's lots of junk on the screen.
Yeah, Paul, you need to do better because PJB Chris is beating you in. We're on screen on show so far.
Definitely don't claim
Your top is 1548. His top is 15.
All right. Well, one of the guys on Discord has 2600, and I think
That'd be Buck Owens, I think.
yeah, that's a very, very good score.
He doesn't count because he's a game AI.
Oh, he's not. He's fake. Okay, I didn't
No,
realize that.
he's not fake. He's just a game AI.
The bot.
I think I personally have only ever made it up to wave 8. I've never made it to wave 9. And I don't think I've seen the screenshot of anybody who's made it to wave 9 yet.
Now it gets serious.
Wait till Buck is done in 2 weeks. You'll see probably at least a wave 10.
That would be amazing. I think that would be quite an accomplishment. Because sooner or later you just get unlucky, right? Everything just you just get stuck.
AI can always find a way out of stuff.
Yeah, it's not like this is the Kobayashi Maru.
No, that's true.
Solution?
But you could also go in and hack the game and win that way, which is, I think, how that problem was solved.
Oh, they're different speeds. Wow. Made it to wave 3. 41.
Nice.
That's not fair.
That's really annoying.
Oh no. Oh God. Yeah, sometimes you get stuck and sometimes you just suck.
Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
Little kitty.
Oh, there we go. 1785.
That's a good score.
Will you? This is really getting annoying.
Surely not the game, Sloopy.
No, the controls.
So, Van Gogh is asking if this is a CoCo, just a CoCo 3 game, or does it run on the CoCo 1-2?
Which one?
Dragon.
Goop. Goop
It
Restaurant.
Runs on them all.
Runs on them all.
I'm running it on 2 right now.
Yep.
Except we can't see it.
Yeah, well, I can't help that.
That's okay.
The dead giveaway is if there's a border around the screen. If there's a border around the screen, it's a CoCo 2.
Okay, so TJB Chris is on a CoCo 2.
Yeah, my best score is on a CoCo 2 that I've done. I don't know why that is, but I don't know if it's easier on a CoCo 2. It should be about the same speed.
Yeah, when I was playing the other versions. When I played the other versions of Ghost Rush, I always found I got a better score on the CoCo 1 or 2.
Oh yeah.
How many score digits are there until Buck Owens rolls it over?
9999.
Oh.
I think that is impossible.
That sounds like a challenge.
Yeah, it's definitely. I think getting to wave 9 is a challenge. Forget
Challenge accepted.
9,000. Yeah, go for it.
I mean, that's Buck Owens' line. It's not me.
Oh, actually, my score is 11,785. I actually wrapped the waves as well.
Oh, that's amazing because
Ooh, 731. Miss Cat, are you sitting on my computer?
I can't play.
Damn it.
Nibbit.
That's easy for you to say. Let's see what kind of a score I can get by just letting the game run.
I bet you get to level 2.
Ken, what's your high score on
Storm Arrows? What's your high score?
22,550.
Well, mine's like 22,560.
And a half.
Suspicious.
21,350.
Oh, cool.
There's a lot of difference between on Goop Rush. There's a lot of difference between level 1 and level 2 as far as speed.
Yeah. That was the other thing actually did that was different in this one is the difficulty ramps up more
And it's not
progressively.
linear; it's more
Yeah.
exponential.
One
Well,
thing
and
I have noticed is that when they're following one of the things coming down and they're into it, they should just like reverse directions out of it.
Yeah,
They don't seem
limit
to
your
do that.
exposure.
Yeah, you end up kind of surfing it down, and that's the worst thing you can do. I agree.
And I
Yep.
see a lot
And
of people doing that.
The thing I really like is when you actually do hit them, you lose points.
Yes. Yeah, I wanted there to be a penalty for
And not only you not only raise your radiation level, you lose
Right.
points. So.
right.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it rewards a cleaner game, right? Because you can pass the waves, with only 1 point left of health or rad left, you can still get past the wave, and it drains your rads all the way down, and you get to start, clean on the next level. But your score is much lower than if you had not hit anything. So that was another sort of deliberate choice.
Oh, and we've been joined by Redbeard.
Hello,
another
everybody.
Redbeard.
2
Redbeard?
balls. Now you guys are in trouble. 2 of us.
That's right.
We've now officially met our quota of Pauls. No more Pauls can join.
Yeah, one more, and I think I don't know, like a time space continuum rip happens or something.
No,
Yeah.
we'll just have a trifecta.
A trifecta is good too.
Yep.
But don't tell anyone because we've already got a double play on the Chris name. So we've got
Man,
2
everybody
balls
got Pauls and Chris's and
and
and Marks. Two
So
Marks, 2 Pauls, 2 Chris's.
I've been out of the loop for a while because the last thing I remember was May.
It was a good May too. I think we had a CoCo Festival.
Yeah. So it looks like we got a new Paul Shoemaker game here.
That's
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Goop
The,
Rush.
the latest flavor of Ghost Rush.
May was good. July sucked.
Paul's just trying to get the younger crowd in here by making it look like a
All out.
Like a Pit Boy game.
Fallout.
Gotcha.
This is new.
And Ken is
Tell your kids.
Ken is starving his squirrels.
Girls run straight.
I have seen Mark go through those spikes at least twice now.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
don't kill you outright. They just raise your radiation level.
You have a radiation
Oh,
you
it's
already-
different.
on the side.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
not one
it's-
and done. The other ones.
Oh, interesting. I like the Cyclops ghost. It's pretty cool.
I figured, he mutated because of the radiation.
Very creative.
Thanks.
What's the other game that you guys are playing?
Storm arrows.
Zero.
Storm Arrow.
Storm Arrow, huh?
That's
I
pretty
was
decent.
surprised it wasn't Neutroid or something. When we done that.
That's a fallback.
I haven't been around. So.
You haven't?
Oh, you didn't hear?
Is that because July sucked?
Yeah, you didn't hear?
I've been, like I said, the last thing I remember was May.
Oh,
So no, I didn't hear anything, man.
That was so 2.5 months ago.
3 weeks ago I had a heart attack.
You know what? I did hear that actually. Paul Fiscarelli told me.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're doing okay now.
I'm still alive. They wouldn't let me die.
Did you ask them?
But his doctor said no more. His doctor said no more Neutroids. So
Yeah, they stocked the hospital with hot nurse. They know my weakness, kryptonite.
Hot nurses who needs Neutroid.
Hot neutroid action with nurses. Yeah, the my 2048 score was actually posted from the hospital.
Well, way to go, man. Still playing.
Yeah, I actually downloaded Debian in the hospital, installed it on my MacBook Pro, and then played Xroar on it.
Hmm. So how's everybody been other than Sloopy? I haven't seen anybody or talked to anybody since CoCo Fest, basically.
Busy. Work is busy.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
Yeah, summer came and all kinds of stuff started happening. So I've been a busy guy too. Still working on CoCo projects and stuff. Things are just going slow. So
Me too.
we'll probably crank up in the fall and winter.
But we're not doing bad today because we've got 8 live players.
That's pretty sweet.
Speaking of which,
Wave 2 is almost too
let's
easy.
say
but
hello
wave
to
3 is
David
too
Ladd
much.
and Scott Cooper in our. Hey, cool.
So
David Ladd
so
said he's
collecting the
watching.
dots is reducing your radiation.
Right.
Are those so if those spiky things increase your radiation, what are those, Paul?
They're spiky things. I didn't actually give them a name. I think
Oh,
Radioactive spike.
Obviously radioactive.
radioactive
Alpha,
spiky
gamma,
things. Yeah.
alpha, beta, or gamma. One or the other. Or the other.
was the radiation inspired by the color palette?
To some degree, right? I think Eric said that, right? It was it seemed fitting somehow, but no, honestly, it was I made it trying to mimic the Pit Boy in the Fallout game, which is just, I mean, it's just a monochrome video based kind of look and feel that has in an otherwise beautiful looking game. What I think is neat about it is it's all very retro, and so I thought, oh, so it's the CoCo, very retro. Why don't I do something like that? And
match.
yeah, it's a match. And then and then the idea of it being in a nuclear, like having the setting be in a nuclear wasteland, and then the idea of rads came to me, and actually the other thing that happens is every second or so your radiation goes up a point all by itself. So it's like the environment is also slowly killing you.
Oh, and if you run into the spiky things, your score goes down.
Score goes down, yeah. And if you hit the glowing Mirelurk guy, it's like 3 times the amount of radiation damage that the spiky things do.
That means you're either going to die, you're going to die, or you're really going to die.
Yeah, you can clip it and you'll be okay, but if you get stuck on him, you won't last. I considered one shot, like having him one shot kill you, but I thought no, I had the routines written for the radiation increase, and so I just do it 3 times.
That's why I kill you immediately. I mean, just kill you slowly.
That's right.
I'm watching Mark, so I haven't seen this other character that you're mentioning yet. But
Wave 5.
I'm only up to level 3. Can't get beyond that.
So I'm gonna switch over to TJBC.
Yeah, I think Chris is pretty close. No pressure, Chris. Everybody's watching.
The fate of the world is in. Oh.
Stage arcade games, so I don't mind that.
Had to go and say something.
Stage.
Yeah, the pressure got.
It happens.
What are you using for a display, Chris? Yeah, I think it looks cool, but it's kind of like blurry-ish.
Okay.
I'm actually using I have a CoCo 2, and I'm out to a splitter and a composite video capture, so I have it on a CRT television and then coming into my laptop, which I think is having a real hard time keeping up.
It looks awesome that way. I love it. Very retro.
So you're playing it
Yeah,
on
kinda
actual
smooth.
hardware.
Yep, kind of smooths it out. I like the look too.
Nice.
Whoa. Ken's is like brown and yellow.
There's different color palettes.
Oh, for like CoCo 3.
Right. Yeah. On a CoCo 3, you
Yeah.
can cycle through, I don't know, 4 or 5 different palette choices.
So
On a
this
CoCo
is
1,
like
you can
sepia.
change the palette choices too, but there's only one other choice besides green and black. And I bet you can guess what the other color palette is.
Black and green.
Well, okay, then maybe there's 4. So there's green and black and green, and then white and black and white and black and white.
And on the plus side with the CoCo 3, you can also use go through RGB and change it to composite output and get some really funky colors.
Yeah, you get pink and whatever, right? Yeah.
The alternate.
Yeah. The alternate
Well, I
color
was gonna
set.
say, like with the other one too, like I don't know anything about P modes, but isn't there one that has like, I guess technically buff,
Yeah.
orange and purple?
Yeah, that I
Yeah.
actually did a
How about
Ghost Rush game using that palette. It's horrible.
How
Yeah,
about the Puyan pastel
exactly. That's the
I
one.
set? Okay.
I don't know if there was just something with like hardware that you couldn't get like better colors, but if that would make it actually be okay. But if somebody was like, yeah, I think that I want the ugliest possible colors I could put together, and I think that'll be cool. I don't know what they were thinking with the palettes, but I would assume it's some sort of hardware limitation.
Yeah, I think it's directly tied to how the VDG works. I don't know the details, but I believe that to be. But one thing that I noticed that I thought was really interesting, Paul, was I happen to have a monochrome, composite monochrome monitor, like a Tandy one.
Mhm.
And that color palette with the buff and the purple and the orange and whatever the other color is, aqua, whatever it is, that actually looks like really nice shades of gray or green, as the case may be. So to me, like that color set looks really good on a monochrome monitor, and the other color set, the one that everybody actually uses, the green and blue and yellow and
Red.
red, that one doesn't look nearly as good on a monochrome. So
Hmm.
I don't know if that's just a coincidence or if that funky color set was actually supposed to be designed for people who might be using a monochrome monitor.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What is that guy? What did you call him?
The
What
guy
guy?
that takes
The guy that
your
walks across
radiation.
really slowly.
Oh, he's a Mirelurk.
A Mirelurk?
Yeah, I didn't make that up. Like I steal everything. I stole that from the Fallout game too, but yeah, that's one of the monsters in the Fallout game that is
Oh, cool.
pretty prolific.
I just looked up the Pip Boy. So apparently that's like this thing.
That's your
It's not
handheld
like
computer in
a
the game.
game. It's like
That's
a
right.
handheld.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Like
Within
strapped
a
to your
game,
wrist.
it's your handheld computer.
So like from Fallout 1 or like when they started doing like first person Fallout?
Right from Fallout 1.
Yeah, I think so too.
Huh. Maybe I just didn't pay attention to what it was called. Because I played Fallout 1 and 2 not too long ago. I bought some sort of collection.
Well, when you play Fallout 1, the Pip Boy is the thing that has your maps and everything on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that it's super obvious that it's on the character's wrist in Fallout 1 and 2, but I think it is even there too. But yeah, I think it's just part of the UI in those games. I haven't played
That
them in a
game
long
was
time.
hard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a classic. But yeah, it was hard.
The one thing I didn't like about it was like the limitations of like the certain amount of points you could spend each turn. But Some people are into that. Not me.
Oh yeah, it being more like a turn-based strategy game kind of thing, right?
Yeah, but you had only a certain amount of move points or whatever you could use
Yeah.
each time. So
So
like
moving a square was 1 point, and attacking is like 3 or 4 points depending on your
yeah,
character.
most of the time you can like move and shoot a bullet, hope you hit. I don't even know if I beat that game. It was so hard. And I haven't played any of the ones after the first two. I like first person shooters, but I don't know. I kind of like that old school type of stuff like that too. Point and click adventure type thing.
Yeah.
And with that, I was like expecting like Diablo style gameplay. So that might have been another reason why I was a little disappointed.
Oh
yeah, a little bit
not,
different.
Not quite the same.
No.
My video working now?
Yes, it is. We can see your screen, Coconut Bob.
That's crazy.
And you're playing the game of the week.
Yes. What are the odds?
Sorry, I forgot the name of the other one already.
Storm Arrows.
Storm Arrows.
It's a version of Targ.
Okay. Might
Which
help
was
if I knew what Targ was, but
It's an arcade game back from 1980, I believe it came out. Exidy released it.
okay.
Yeah, sometime when Curtis was like a teen.
I was like -1. So
Don't say that.
Yeah, you youngins. You youngins, I tell ya.
I wanted to say it because I knew you guys are all old.
Off our lawns. It's okay. Most days at work, I feel old now too. We have a bunch of like 20 and 30-year-olds working there.
Don't make me be.
Yeah, nothing's more fun than when I get to go out on jobs and my boss that I'm working for that day ends up being like 30 years younger than me.
Been there, yeah.
Yeah, my boss is older than me. There's just a lot of younger people that work there.
Left. Gone for like. Came back.
Damn.
They had a machine. An copy of. Oh yeah, so and so said we need have a legal copy of Windows. Because I told her to get it and did, so I asked her, and she goes, "No, it doesn't matter." Like, yes, it does. Get either get a legal copy of Windows or get rid of it. We don't even need it. And she said, "You don't know anything about PCs. You're just an idiot Mac person. That's what I told her. I said, Mac is my primary thing, but I know both. I actually went to school with Windows stuff. Now you don't know what you need it. Well, you went on vacation week, I guess it was. I got rid of it. Well, I deleted the Windows off of it. And 2 weeks after that, when she came back, she was throwing a fit about it. Boss said, well, get a legal copy. I think it was like 4 days later, we had the FBI there.
What?
Did a complete audit of the place not because we had that. What had actually happened was a company sold sheds, built crafts and sheds, and one of our customers had their credit card information stolen. We were one of the places that the person used the card that day. Fortunately, because the person whose card it was a district representative in the state of Delaware, they tend to get a little they tend to be a little zealous in investigations.
Right.
And
but all of the credit card information had been deleted from the Windows computer, right?
No, we didn't use a Windows for credit cards. We actually used a Mac SE30. I actually got a letter from the FBI commending me security there at the company for credit cards but yeah, it was funny because came in 2 days later, knowing that we just had the FBI in the freaking office with another disc that was burned from a different. I'm like, is this a legal copy? She goes, well, no. And I'm like, get it out of here. I don't even want the disc in the building. She goes, what difference does it make? I said, we just had the FBI here 2 days ago. She goes, they don't care about such things. Well, they came for some follow-up questions and said, I have a question for you. And, yeah. And I said, if we had, we would have had illegal software here. Would you have like reported us to Microsoft or something? And he goes, and he looks at me and he goes, why? Do you have illegal software? I said, no, I won't allow it. And he goes, well, basically what we do is that'd be the first place we'd look because usually illegal copies usually come from questionable sources and they have questionable things in them for access. And that would be the first thing. Look at that. And he goes, depends on severity of the piracy. We would or charge it ourselves or turn it over to
pretty far, Paul.
The copyright holder and let them handle it.
Yeah, that was one of my better games.
7.
Yeah.
Does
7,
it? Does
1,
it?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
Does it ever max out, or does it just keep going and become impossible? Basically,
Wave 8 is pretty hard. So we were just talking about it. I don't think I've ever seen anybody get it to wave 9 so far. So there's that kind of challenge hanging out in the air. But I actually, it was funny you mentioned that, Paul, because the routine that increases these little wave chevrons. I can't remember now if I have it checked to see how far high it goes before maybe it goes down and starts over at the bottom again. So I think it probably would just scroll right off the top of the screen, and you'd get the equivalent of like the Donkey Kong end screen or something happening.
Yeah, you better not let Paul Fiscarelli get his hands on it. Then you'll become a victim like I did of Timberbot.
Oh, that was awesome. I remember
that was not a challenge, Paul. Or maybe it was.
I think someone's a ringer in this game. That's a pretty high score. Have you played this before?
I have. Yeah, I've done a little bit of playtesting here and there.
Once or twice?
Once or twice.
Probably more hours than you'd ever want to know, Sloopy.
Yeah, more hours than anybody else would ever want to play. Certainly more hours than I wanted to play.
I know it. I remember getting done with Timberman. I'm like, this game sucks. I'm so tired of playing it. Coco Bomb was the same way. It's like, man, I'm so tired of playing this game.
Coco Bomb was quite cool. I mean, I finished it.
You finished it?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Nice.
When
Good
it was the
job. I
game
can't
on.
even do that anymore.
Yeah, when it came on.
Mm.
I think I was one screen short of finishing it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I finished.
Because there's levels in there I don't even remember how to do anymore.
Sloopy helped me with a couple of the levels, and I made it to one level before finishing it.
Ah.
Yeah. At the level, I wouldn't tell you what it was because I didn't want you to. Or was that a different game?
No, I think that was the one you wouldn't tell me because you're like, no, I'm not going to let you beat me.
Well, it depends. Would you have had a better time, Ken?
I think so, yeah.
Mm. That one level that Paul Fiscarelli made that says Coco Bon in it, in the map. Yeah, that's a hard one. I don't even know if I can make it past 15 or anything. I haven't tried. One of the last games I played was a Pico 8 game made by the developer of the system called Blocks for Life. It's pretty fun. It's pretty addicting.
As addicting as Goop Rush?
Early.
I haven't played that yet. But I'm intrigued because I love Gold Rush. I fire that up every couple of weeks or something like that.
It has the I don't know, the quality of being something you can fire up and play for a couple minutes and then put it back down.
And then as you play, you get worse and worse and worse.
Yep, there's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also that benefit.
Yep.
It would probably be a good app game, right?
It is
On a phone.
Yeah, it is. It is. It actually is an app game on a phone. It's different from the way I did it, but that's the original.
Gotcha.
The original Ghost Rush.
Dang it! Somebody beat you to all the bags of cash.
Yeah. Story of my life, Paul. That's all right. You're mentioning a Pico 8 game, Paul. There's and I think this is also a phone game, but it's called Stickman. Have you guys heard of this? Where the point is you have your little man, your little character, and when you press the button, basically a line starts to draw up, and it's the stick or a bridge, and then you press the button again when you want it to stop increasing in size, and then it flops over, and it becomes a bridge, and you can walk over the chasm that's in front of you and get onto the next randomly distanced piece of land, and then you do it again, and maybe there's something you have to collect along the way, but it seemed like another phone kind of single button game, which I like a lot. So I was thinking about trying to do something like that as my next
that sounds cool.
project. Yeah. I'm always intrigued by games that don't require, like if you can play a game just by like Ghost Rush, right? You just press the button. And if you can make something that's engaging and enjoyable by just, with simple controls, that appeals to me. I don't know why.
Because there's a lot of complexity in our adult lives.
Maybe that's it.
That's what it is for me.
Yeah.
Second, who's an adult here?
Some of us, I guess.
No.
I'm a 50-year-old child.
Me too.
I'm a middle-aged
That's
juvenile
why-
delinquent.
That's why I still play with 40-year-old computers.
You said it's called Stickman?
Stickman. Yeah. Y'all don't look now, but Chris has a pretty good score going.
Nobody's watching you, Chris. Don't worry.
Not for long.
It's not called Stickman Wants to Go Home, is it?
No.
Maybe this is a variation of it.
Oh, fudge.
Yep, they got you.
Oh,
There was a
Nice.
G in there for the record.
Oh, this is just Dino Run.
Coconut Bob's got the Mirelurk. Lurking. I'm not sure if a slow Mirelurk is worse than a fast Mirelurk. Oh, look out, Bob.
Fast one better myself.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
and gets on
this.
top of the dots and seems to sit there.
Yeah, it takes he blocks a whole section for a long time when he's slow.
Not my best.
I can't find that game.
You can't?
Scott Cooper
think
has
it's
a
called
question
Stickman.
for Paul.
Yes.
I wonder how many Ferraris that Paul owns now from famous game maker.
As many as Nick does, and probably about the same size.
Do I need to get
The
you a picture
1/48
just like
scale?
I did?
Yeah.
I need to get you a picture just like I did for
Yeah. That's as close as I'm ever going to get.
well, if you go to CoCo Fest or ACF Midwest, I can show you where it's at. You can go see one yourself.
What's that?
Oh, you don't remember that picture I took?
No.
I was at CoCo Fest with Marco, and I were supposed to go to first had it at the last place, and they decided to have dinner at the same place that they did when they were having it, which no one thought about it. That's like 20-minute, 30-minute drive away. I waited for Marco because he was coming in on the plane. He and I went to go to the place, and we passed a Ferrari dealership there. So I went back during the day and got pictures of him. Told him he should come to CoCo Fest, and we can watch him buy a Ferrari, another.
Yeah, his Ferrari is here. Yeah, it's ready to be picked up. Paul,
Sure
it's
that
called
wasn't his
Stick
house you
Hero.
stumbled across?
That's right. Paul, the game is called Stick Hero. I got it wrong. I couldn't remember. So if you Google Stick Hero and Pico 8, you'll find it.
I hate to name drop, but am I the only one that's ever driven a Ferrari?
I have not, so
I
maybe.
haven't. I've driven a Triumph TR7. That's pretty close to a Ferrari.
I see the drive by my office regularly.
A friend of mine used to have an 84 Quattro valve. It's the kind that Tom Selleck drove in Guy.
Oh, I see how this works.
Are you looking at it, Paul?
Very nice
Yeah.
car. Not very fast. That was just.
You're supposed to get this.
Ew.
No, you.
I'm quiet. I think I would like this game 10 times better. Goals were better.
Which game are you talking about?
Storm Zero.
Yeah, it's got to be
Thought
the other
so.
one. Yeah,
I was gonna say.
got to be the other one. Oh, there's a
And it's
typo.
not-
Coconut Bob's got a typo.
Not truly the
Of course.
game's fault. It's more of the whole issue of
What is the
Dead
deal with the
zone.
seek?
Dead Zone joystick.
Oh,
There it is. There's our Ferrari.
that's a Lotus, but close enough.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh, damn it. I hit the wrong button.
That's a Lotus Esprit Turbo.
Yeah.
Pretty cool game.
Orange.
I have a Ferrari, but I don't know where that file is. I have a 308 and I have a Lamborghini Countach.
Speaking of road trips, Ferrari. It was bad.
You know, I don't know
I am.
if I could afford a car like that. I don't know what I'd get.
I was talking about our side trip when we found the Ferrari dealer.
I think I'd just get myself a real nice truck.
That's what I would do. That's exactly what I would do.
Me personally, I'd probably get a really nice classic.
Like what? You got one in mind?
A 66 Chevelle SS3.
70 Chevelle SS 454.
Still kind of a sports car. I mean,
No, it's a family car that's made into for a 40 car. If you ever driven one around the corner, you'd realize it's not a sports car.
More of a
Wait,
straight
you
line
can-
kind of car.
I guess that's
You
true.
can corner in a Chevelle.
Yes, slowly. Or with a lot of power slide.
I always just assumed you had to use like that Batman hook where you would fire it out and hook it onto a post and go around the corner.
I think you can corner a Chevelle better than you can corner a Chevette.
No,
I
Hey,
don't
come on.
know. I don't know about that one.
no.
I used to.
I mean, I
used to
can tell you.
drive a Chevette, and yeah,
I-
you could
I know if-
do quite a bit.
As in go 45.
Yeah, they can corner much better because they can't go as fast.
That's true. Actually, if I had Ferrari money or Porsche money, I'd buy a beat up Subaru and get even more tandy computers I have no room for.
Yeah. I'd probably
Every time
I would probably build a RX-7 like I used to.
I thought you were gonna say an arc.
Hey, I'm not that old. Speaking of Chevette, Missy's dad has one.
Ah. Speaking of Chevettes, I wonder how many poor suckers bought one of those by accident, thinking they're confusing it with Chevelle.
My friend had one. We would go to the auto auction to buy cars, fix them up, and then sell them. Funny because one of the first cars she bought was a Chevette, and would sit in it and go, "Oh man, this is so cool! We've got a vet. We'll go cruising in the vet."
Yep, that's how I used to refer to it. Cruising in the vet.
It was a poop brown '79 vet that evidently woman in Kentucky.
I actually really like that brown color. I think it's cool. I had an S10 that was that color. I really liked it.
And we got it running. It ran pretty good. I mean, it wasn't going to stop trap lights in record time, but it worked pretty good. I think she bought it for $250 and sold it for $800. One of the nicest cars that she got was 78 Oldsmobile station wagon diesel.
Did that Chevette have a V6 in it?
No, it only
No way.
4-cylinder.
Because there's something that says something here about a V6 Chevette.
Yeah, they did make one with a V6, but it was still way underpowered.
Huh.
The main claim
seems improbable, but okay.
Yeah, the main claim to fame with the V6 Chevette was it could hit 60 miles an hour without going downhill. Yeah, it was a very small V6.
I never had any problems like that with my Chevette. It ran good.
That's because you had a Canadian one. They didn't have it.
I was going to say that's kilometers. 60 is easy.
Let's see here.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
you guys made me like I had to Google Chevette to see what you guys were talking about, and I realized that we had one, and I must have like blocked it out of my memory or something because
I can't imagine why.
Yeah, I recognize that car.
I don't know which is lower in the totem pole, Chevette or Omni.
Chevette.
Omni.
Oh.
Omni actually had a performance version that was actually.
Oh, that's right. You had the 024, right?
Yeah.
I only know that because my parents had the 024.
Wayne Campbell says, "This conversation reminds me of a joke I heard back in the 70s. This guy was hitchhiking down the road when a beautiful woman driving a pink Mustang pulled over and offered to ride. He gets in the car. He drives into the secluded wooded area, gets out of the car, goes around in front of the car, takes off all her clothes and says, 'You can take whatever you want.' So he took the car."
Okay, now I know for sure the CoCo version of Storm Arrow sucks.
Is this the Apple version? What is it you're playing
This is
there,
the
Mark?
Apple version by Sierra Online.
Yeah.
Ah.
But that Apple version is nothing. It's nothing like the original arcade game.
Yeah. You want to see what the Atari version looks like of Crossfire?
This is cool. With the keyboard, I can actually move all 4 directions plus shoot all 4 directions.
Are there any CoCo still images of the Chevette?
Still,
I'm sure Ron probably has some. Oh no, that's not a Dodge.
That's probably true.
So,
Ron probably
He's
does
got the
have one.
Omni. He's
I was
got
gonna say he'll have
Omni.
the Omni. Yep, he's got the Omni.
The Omni. That looks like a Yugo.
This is what the Atari version looks like.
Was the Omni the Dodge answer to the Chevette or what?
Sure looks like it, doesn't it?
No, a
Yep.
lot of companies had little
God.
compact hatchbacks back then because in the late 70s we had the oil crisis and gas was very expensive. And
Right.
the
Well,
car
it was
companies,
more like an answer to the Pacer.
yeah,
Yeah.
the car companies were having troubles making gas mile quotas. But yeah, this version of Crossfire for the Atari was the very first cartridge that I ever owned for the Atari 8-bit.
Oh, the Pacer. That's what
Oh,
Wayne Campbell
AMC.
drove.
Now, I personally wouldn't say that the Apple or the Atari version are even the same game. Just because they
Really?
use the same grid layout and you shoot things.
Fine.
Well, they're just quite different games. I mean,
Yeah, I haven't played the Apple one actually. So long.
Gameplay looks pretty similar. Maybe there's some small differences, but
well, small differences, like you can't go out to the outside of the outside of the maze.
okay.
You've got those things in the center that come out at you, or that come out.
Well, the other things come out too. On the CoCo version, the box flickers
well-
and then something pops out.
Well, this is more of an inspired by Targ as opposed to a clone of Targ.
Yeah, exactly. It's an inspired by game, not.
I think it's a
Not
really good
the
game.
game.
most
Well, I mean,
most
standing on
Coca
its own.
games were inspired by.
No, the CoCo version is actually very close to the arcade version. The Apple and the Apple and the Atari versions are more inspired by.
Okay.
And what's the arcade version called, Ken? Did you say Targ?
Targ. By Equity.
Okay.
Hey, all got to drop off here, but it's good hanging with you guys and playing this evening.
All right. Well, thanks for
coming
joining
by.
us.
Have a good night.
See
Yeah,
ya.
you
Yeah.
too.
Cheers.
Thank
Later.
you for
Bye.
joining us.
Yep.
I'll be dropping off soon too, as you can tell. I've already moved on.
Somebody's playing Frogger.
That's a good one.
Classic.
Evan Wright has a picture of him wearing a Scottish cap his mother got for him.
What's that?
Evan Wright He lives in the Chicago area.
Mm-hmm.
So on my screen there right now, that's what the original arcade game looked like.
Where's your screen?
Checking it out. A little small.
That's what she said.
Yo. Yeah, it can. Okay.
Okay. Medium retro things. We're looking for.
Few more squares on that, or is that just?
So
me?
I think it's a few more than the CoCo version, but otherwise it's very, very similar. And this is one of those games where there wasn't when it came out, there wasn't a lot else in the arcades usually. There was Space
Really?
Invaders and Asteroids, Targ, and if you were lucky, you could get on Galaxian.
I'm gonna call it a night. Y'all have a good one.
Okay.
You too.
Thank you for joining us.
Targ.
I'll be right behind you.
Yeah, me too. Me too. You guys have a good night. Thank you for playing my game and for making
no
it part
problem.
of
Thank
the.
you for making it.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right.
make more games so we can play them.
I will. I enjoy doing that too. You guys have a good night.
Yep. See you, Paul.
Dude,
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. I like those colors. Dark red and orange. Yeah, it's getting close to that time for me too,
Yep.
where I'm gonna go watch some anime.
I think I'm gonna go start a fire.
A fire.
Fire.
Isn't there enough of that in Canada right now?
Yeah. Are you allowed to do that sort of stuff?
We're one of the only places in all of Canada has been under heat warning, and we've been colder than normal temperatures with more rain than normal. So we finally have some nice weather, so I can have a campfire.
That's how I feel in Michigan. It's like everybody else is under heat waves, and I'm just up here. It's like mid 80s,
comfy.
pretty typical summer.
Yeah,
Quite
I mean,
enjoying this global warming.
I'm in northwestern Ontario right now, so yeah, we're not. I guess I'm not that far away from Michigan, so
Not really.
Same region.
Kind of.
I mean, as a crow flies, it's not that far. Unfortunately, there's all these Great Lakes in the way, so that's what takes all the time to drive around those.
Right?
So great about them.
Their size.
They're just great. I mean, if you've ever met one, they're just great.
Actually, I like to tell people that
Kinda-
they're not that great, so they stay the hell away. There's nothing
Kind of
great
like
about
someone
them.
give you the shirt off their own back. Oh,
I died.
He done dead. Doop 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 doop.
Oh, it's getting hairy.
Well, one more game, and then I think it's time to call it a night.
Bless you.
Thanks. All right, cats. I'm gonna get out of here.
All right. Have a good evening.
Yeah, you
Run
too.
before they get you too.
Cheers.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining.
You got it. I'm glad you're glad you're better, Sloopy.
Thank you. Thank
Oh. Down to my last jelly. Nope. Made level 6. And my screen is frozen. Perfect.
Do you have that version that wasn't fixed?
Maybe. I think this is the fixed version.
I think it was level 6 where it froze before.
Ooh, ooh. Great 2,220.
Oh, well, I think that's it for me for tonight.
About wrap time.
Have a good night.
I think so. Is Sloopy still with us?
Yep.
Or are we wrapping up right away? Or
As soon as I'm done this game.
just because you got a better score than me? I guess I'm going to have to play some more so I can get a better score than you.
There you go. Target for you. You should be able to beat that easy.
Yeah, except that I'm down one wing.
Down one wing.
Yeah, I can hardly move my one wrist, so it makes it
Oh.
hard to play games that use more than one hand.
Well, you do know that there's apps for.
Ooh, I know. I'll have to hook up my real hardware and get my pistol grip joystick out.
Ooh. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for another great episode of the CoCo Nation Game On Challenge Live. Join us Saturday when we will have the CoCo Nation show. And we will be announcing the high score lists for Storm
Arrow.
Arrows. Game says arrows.
Yeah, but I've only ever seen one arrow on this screen at a time, so.
Okay. We'll go with that then. And we will find out if Ken actually beats my score. We will also be doing project updates and acquisitions. We'll also be doing news with L. Curtis Boyle. And join us next week. We will be playing the Game On Challenge Live Thursday, where we'll be playing Goop Rush. And we will hear Ken say,